get rid of it all.
Thank you, Walmart, for sponsoring this portion of today's video. So I went ahead and picked up this Xbox mainly because we are going to have a lot of family here and we wanted to have some sort of console that stays downstairs. The boys have their own upstairs, but it's nice to have one here. Also, Chris hasn't played in a really long time, so I thought this would be great. I was able to order this from Walmart.com and have it within an hour. You can check out so many things you need for this holiday season at Walmart.com. You can get it same day or, like I said, maybe even within the hour. It is awesome. And so whenever you need anything quickly, they are always, for me, my go-to. We are going to move on into this laundry room. Starting laundry is always really good at getting the motivation flowing. I was struggling. I'm not going to lie. You'll see this video spans over several days. I just did not have it. So I started the laundry. I'm going to add some more items to this box. This box is just going to be around and I'm going to be throwing things in there. I'm going to be doing a ton of more decluttering. It is what it is. That's what I'm doing. And I'm just going to have that box ready to go. And I encourage you all to go ahead, get yourself a box, a basket, a bag, and go ahead and write donate on it, and you will be able to throw the things in there that you need to. Don't put it away. Don't put it back in the closet for a later date. Just throw it in that box and get rid of it. I know with the new year coming, everybody wants to start purging and starting fresh, so let's just go ahead and start doing that little by little now. So I'm going to clean up this bathroom. It was an absolute tornado disaster in here. It is hard for me to keep this bathroom clean because it's obviously Chris and I in here and the kids come in here quite frequently and it just is hard to keep clean. It is what it is. So first thing, I make my donation box and then I grab my bag and we start throwing trash away because that is easy. You don't have to put a lot of mental energy into it. You know what trash is, and it really does help get the ball rolling. This is basically how it goes in my house. I started to clean. I've had zero motivation. Everyone's so excited to be able to play the Xbox, so everyone's doing that, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna slip away, I'm gonna get the motivation to do it. I'm just gonna start, and I am just so distracted today. So what I'm going to do is go run a couple errands and buy some of the things that I need to do for the company and people that work for the company, and then some other gift bags and stuff. And I think I am actually gonna just do this later. So later happens to be about, I think a day or two later. I don't remember. I kept cleaning little things around the house, but I didn't film. But I needed to get back into this bathroom. I want to get rid of some of the makeup that I have. I love makeup. If you're new here, I used to work at Ulta, and I have always just had a passion for makeup. So I tend to accumulate a lot. And over the years, I have gotten rid of a lot, but I still have more that I wanted to go through. I'm going to be getting what I don't need anymore and putting it in this little makeup container I'm going to be giving to my sister-in-law. Now, we don't have the same tone or shade, but some of the things I can give her and it won't be a big deal. And then she could also just kind of mix and match colors, which if you don't know, if you have a foundation, I'm sure you know this, but if you have a foundation, concealer, or anything that's too light or too dark, just save a lighter or get a lighter color and then you can make your own perfect shade. I have to do that sometimes depending on what season it is. So I'm going to take some of the items, throw away what I don't need or what is just broken or expired, which I don't really know if it's expired, but
I know if I've used it and it's been around a while, like that makeup brush I just threw in there. The bottom of it was chipping, it was time to go. It's my favorite makeup brush, but it was definitely time to go. Even though I wash it and I really try to deep clean it and scrub my brushes, I notice I still break out when I use it. So in the trash bag it goes. No guilt, no shame, no worrying about it. It's just gotta go. And I want you guys to have the same mentality when you're going through your stuff. It's not the end of the world. We're just cleaning our stuff out. So, gonna organize what I have in here. I'm actually pretty proud of myself. I was able to get rid of quite a bit and just kept some of the things that I know I will reach for, and then fill up this other little container full of goodies for her. One of the biggest hangups I have come across with myself when it comes to getting rid of things is the guilt that I spent money on it. When you know that the item no longer serves you, you can't hold on to that anymore. The money is gone and the item is was purchased to serve you. And if it no longer serves you, suits you, or meets you where you need to be, then it needs to go. And I don't want you to waste a whole bunch of energy over I shouldn't have, or feeling bad, or regrets. You spent the money on it. Make a mental note that that's not what you need. Don't make the same mistake, and just keep going forward. When we get hung up on all of the reasons, like the why, like the reasons that you're getting rid of it and then letting that hang you up, like I said, money, or maybe it's sentimental, someone gave it to you. When you ruminate on those types of things, you get nowhere. And that is something that you need to be aware of. I want you to feel liberated in this process. This journey is your journey and only your journey. And if you've got to get rid of something, even though you spent money on it, or something that someone gave you, this is for you. End of story. So don't waste your energy and your mental capacity over what if, and the regrets over, spending the money on it and you feel like it's a waste. Sometimes it is a waste, and that's the reality. But you can't get it back at this point, so you just have to move forward. I am very thankful to have been given a lot of really amazing products, and I accumulate a lot. I will generally give it away to my girls, and like with the makeup, I'm going to be giving that away to my sister-in-law. I give stuff to my sister or my niece, but I noticed that things were kind of getting backed up again under the sink here. This isn't a huge amount of space under here, so you have to be really creative. So I've got these little acrylic drawers under here. I've also got the rotating tower that I'm able to put some of my products on. But you've got to be really creative with tight spaces. So I'm going to get rid of some more items in here. Like I have said many times in the past, when I go through my stuff, if the stuff stays, I make a mental note that if I don't use it, I'm gonna have to get rid of it soon. And so that's basically what I'm doing. It's been a while since I've been under this cabinet, and I've remembering what I thought I was going to use but never did, and that's what's got to go. I'm glad I've got that donation box, so I just throw all of the stuff that I don't need right in there, and we are good to go, and I can just grab it and take it to the Goodwill or wherever I need to take it. This is a drawer that gets messed with a lot. Our hands are in here every single day, multiple times a day, so it will often get really messy. Listen, decluttering and organizing doesn't work unless you do, and if you don't stay on top of it, you're going to have to keep going back to square one every single time. We're not going back to square one, but if we don't put things back where it goes, that's why it's so important that everything has a home, then you will have to come in here and continually start to reorganize it. We have a lot of people in the house, and not everybody knows or cares where things go or where they should go, and so that's when I usually have to come in and do these big sweeps. The countertops are clean, and I am going to start doing the mirror. Went back to my sprayway because, listen, I love it. It works so great, and I don't have anything else in the house, so this is what I'm using. I do hold my breath when I spray it. I encourage you to do the same thing, because if you don't have asthma, you might not realize that it can be really irritating to your lungs. I can tell, so like I said, I hold my breath. But I am going to spray this on here, and I'm going to wipe down the mirrors and get them squeaky clean, literally. And then I'm going to wipe down all of the countertops. I'm going to do the sinks and the toilet. And then Emma will come in here and go right behind me and get water everywhere, which I just let her do it because it entertained her. It's some sensory play, and water's not going to hurt anything.
I told myself that maybe he ain't worth it. Too bad I hate advice. 'Cause out of sight and out of mind is perfect. It's so hard to decide. Oh, I know he got me good in his pocket. I know that I'm just a treat. Well, the taste is better. Oh, go on, chewing my bones out when he's done is spitting me out. I just can't help myself. One for the pain, no hesitation. Took us again, nothing can save us, yeah. I just
Unless we have a huge mess, I'm pretty easygoing when it comes to my cleaning. I don't use a ton of chemicals. I did use a sprayway, obviously, but then I use my Dawn spray wash to clean out the sink. My sinks don't get too terribly bad because I do wipe them down frequently after I brush my teeth, so it doesn't get too bad. And then on the top of the counters, I will usually use my Method granite and stone cleaner. It's my favorite. I have kind of switched between things. I always go back to that. I love it. Also, I think there's one that's called Wyman's. Is it Wyman's? It might be Wyman's. I actually think that's what I'm using right now. So let me just retract that other statement. I'm using Wyman's right now, and I really love it. Yes, I'm obsessed with the Method, but I've got the Wyman's. And you know what? I'm really loving that one. Let me just go ahead and say real quick. I've been so used to using the Method, but the one I'm using recently, it's pretty good. So you let me know, what do you use for your granite and your stone? but Method and Wyman's I think are by far my favorite. But you really don't have to use anything, just some warm water works just fine. Um, I know the other ones they do disinfect, but you have to let them sit on there for a while. And I don't think people realize when it comes to disinfecting your countertop, sinks, faucets, etc. If you really want it to disinfect, you have to let it sit there. You got to read the instructions. I don't think people do that. So just, the more you know.
Share my lipstick, taste my breath, and love me like you love a pack of smokes in the morning. Share my lipstick, taste my breath, and love me like you love a pack of smokes in the morning. One for the pain, no hesitation, jerk as we can, nothing can save us, yeah. I just wanna be around you.
So Emma came in here and she asked if she could help. And of course, I said yes. I don't always say yes. I'm not going to say of course because there are times where I'm like, no, honey, not right now. But I figured, why not? Water's not going to hurt anything. I'm sitting right here with her. And then she's got um, her sweet sitter right there on the bed hanging out with her so I can try to get some work done. She only comes maybe once, sometimes twice a week for a couple of hours just to hang out with Emma and keep her eye on her so I can get some things done. I get very, very distracted very easily. And when I have kids or animals or just life coming at me constantly, I don't get a lot done. I feel like I used to, but my distraction level is at like 100 right now. I don't know what it is. As I've gotten older, I find that it is much harder to manage getting distracted, staying on task, having mental clarity, staying focused. I'm sure a lot of that has to do with hormones. So I've been really working on trying to rectify that, but until I do, we make the best out of what we got. And so she's having a good time. If I gotta let her play with a little water so I can get some things done, that is what I am going to do, and she's just so cute. I love getting little clips of her from time to time just to show how much she's growing. Her hair has come in, as you see, and I didn't even know it was a thing, but there is Celtic hair. Did not know that. But it is hair that generally originates from the whole Ireland, Scotland area. And you can Google it. I'm not making this up. I saw it on TikTok, so it has to be real, but they have multiple curl patterns and it's really cool because if you remember, she had no hair for the longest time and now it's coming in and it's really curly. Now the ends are straight. So I have clipped a couple of the ends to see if they'll get curly and some have not. But yeah, her curl pattern is so interesting. And to make it a lot of fun, she hates bows, ribbons, headbands, barrettes, everything, clips. She likes nothing in her hair. So I'm just letting her be a little wild child. I will usually spray it with some detangler and then put a little mousse in there and try to get it tamed a little bit. If you guys have any tips for kids who do not like their hair done, but it is wild and unruly, please let me know because bribery does not work. I am still frequently using the Bissell Clean, the little mop back here. I still like it. I will say I'm running into some troubles with it. It's about 6 months old now, and I use it frequently. I am running into the water just falling out of the bottom, or I'll be doing the hole downstairs, and then when I go to clean out the reservoir where it collects all of the dirty water and all of the dirt, it's completely empty. Now, there's dry stuff in there, but there's no water. I don't know what is going on with it. So, I still do like it, but that's really frustrating. While I was cleaning, as you just saw, I saw a lizard, and I guess the poor little thing got under that diatomaceous earth mat and dried right on up. I'm so sorry for him. So I took him and found a decent resting spot for him to live the rest of his or spend the rest of his time. I am moving to the bed and I am going to do mounds of laundry. Mounds and mounds of laundry. A little tip, that's something that works very well for us, is get baskets for each child. And when you get your laundry out of the dryer, you stick it right into those baskets, individual baskets. I do not fold them usually unless it's Emma. And then you take that basket right to their room and then have them put it away. Or if you put it away, do it right then. That way you're not having to fold everything. You're just putting it, well, you're having to fold it, but you're folding it and you're putting it right into the drawer, not folding it, putting it in a basket, taking the basket upstairs, and putting the clothes in the dresser. Does that make sense? So you pull it out of the dryer, separate it, take it straight to where it needs to go, and then put it away right there. That way your hands are only on it just a few times instead of doing the whole process downstairs, doing all the laundry, and then going upstairs and putting it all away. I find that makes things a lot easier. I do it for myself as well. So I've got Emma's basket here, Noah's basket, and I don't have a basket right now because I know some dirty clothes are in it. And I will just put my stuff in a pile. Not going to fold everything right away, but I will eventually, and then I stick it straight into the drawer. I hope that makes sense. Sometimes I over explain things and then it makes absolutely zero sense. So I hope you got that. I told Chris we need to get uniforms. We know what we like and we need to get rid of the rest. So I jumped on him after this, not like that, and was like, "Listen, we need uniforms. We've got to get rid of some of these clothes." And he's like, "Okay, let's do this." So that's the plan. You saw the dust just coming right off of my finger. I could not believe how bad it was. I had seen it like a week or so ago and I was like, oh yeah, I need to tackle that, but then it was like out of sight, out of mind. I came back in here, been having a lot of allergy issues, and I keep my sheets very clean, so I was just really taken aback when I saw this. My blinds look like they have fur, and it's not cute. It's not cute at all. I could not believe it. So I'm gonna take care of this today and not feel ashamed, because this is just life, right? This is just the way it goes. But why is there so much stinking dust? I don't really understand. Sprayway on this paper towel. I didn't want to get it completely saturated, because if you've tried to clean blinds before, if you get it wet and there's a ton of dust, it will discolor the actual thread or whatever that is, the binding, because that's fabric and I don't want to stain that. So just a little bit of moisture, but not enough to get everything soaking wet and dirty. That will help really trap some of the dust off of these blinds. When you get dust wet, it makes it heavier and then it's less likely to go into the air. So that was what I was going to do. Then I'm going to come in here. Truthfully, I should have vacuumed it first, but I wasn't even thinking until after the fact. But I will come in here and I will vacuum this multiple times. I could not believe, because I wiped everything down and then I vacuumed, and then when I was lifting the blinds up and down, I saw all of the dust still just billowing out. So you'll see the interesting little technique I have in just a minute. I don't think you're going to expect what you see. I wiped it down, I vacuumed, and then I am trying to do more of each blade. This particular vacuum does not have the attachment with the little brush end, which I really wish it did. I think I should have probably done that from the get-go and then done all of the other steps, but we use what we have. I will tell you, this vacuum is great. This is the Shark Stratos. upright. It is cordless, but I want to let you know that it does not matter what kind of cordless vacuum you have or how expensive. It is not going to surpass the suction power of something that is corded. So correct me if I'm wrong. I'd love to see stats, but you cannot match the same sort of strength with a corded vacuum with your cordless. You just can't. So if you want to get a deep down clean, I want to encourage you to get a good corded vacuum. We have the Kirby. We don't have a lot of carpet in the house anymore. So, and it's also broken. There's no bag attached to it. I need to get a bag, but the clasp on it is broken. So it is very difficult to pick up and move around. It no longer just rolls. It's a pain. So I need to take it to get fixed, but it is somewhere downtown. And honestly, I don't want to drive an hour there. It's not worth it to me. That sounds horrible, but it's not. So I called the facility and it was out of service. But that's usually how this goes when it comes to vacuum sales. You really don't know where they're out of. So now we have this big, amazing vacuum that we don't even use because I can't get a hold of anybody. So we'll see. I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but get yourself a good corded vacuum. I have been very pleased with Shark products. I've gotten all of my vacuums, truthfully, from Walmart.com. So I will have those links and I love them. They work out really, really great. Now I'm going to start vacuuming the floor. I eventually got Hazel to get out of here. She was just enjoying the view and watching me do all of this hard work. Now that I see her, I'm realizing it's probably the animals. It's why we have so much dust in here. In order to keep her from having accidents in the house, she sleeps in here at night, and we have been doing amazing. I got rid of all of the rugs, as you know, except for the one tumble rug that we have in the living room now. And she's only had one accident on that. And thankfully, it did not penetrate because it's waterproof. And so I just threw a little napkin on top of it, soaked it all up, and went about my day. But it was incredible. But we haven't had any accidents. So it did not matter how much we carpet cleaned that rug, and then even took it outside and pressure washed it multiple times, front and back, let it dry in the sun. As soon as I got it back inside, she went potty on it. So I don't know about you, but if your animal is having that trouble as well, and there's no health issues, you might just have to get rid of all your rugs. And we stayed without a rug in the living room for months. So it helped. And like I said, keeping her in our room at night and limiting how much fluid she drinks during the evening has helped a ton. So those are my little tips. I hope it can help you as well. Going to continue to vacuum this floor and just get the remainder of the dust. I have got the fan off so the dust can fall down, and hopefully I can suck it up so it doesn't get back in the air. So after I had done all the vacuuming and everything, I was raising the blinds up and down, and still more dust. So I said, forget this. I'm going to get the blower. This is my little unexpected little thing. And I just started blowing all of the dust everywhere. And when I tell you, you saw me vacuum the dust bunnies and the dust coming from under the bed and under the dresser. Mind you, I vacuumed under this dresser. I vacuumed under the nightstands. I vacuumed the blinds. It was insane to me. So if you have a little blower, go ahead and put that in your bedroom if you can, if it's safe. And you're going to be blown away, no pun intended, with what starts flying around. I am adding some velvet shams here as well as a quilt, and it is absolutely heavenly. I cannot believe how much I love it. I think I love it more than I've loved anything. And it's so soft. It is so dreamy. And when I say it is a dream, pun intended, it gives the best sleep. I am telling you what. And it comes in a lot of colors, but oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Incredible. So obsessed with it. I end up flipping it all around the next day. So I actually put it on the bottom and then I lined the end of the bed with the blue duvet. It looked much better, but this is how I did it today. Sometimes I got to play around with things when I'm decorating or organizing. I'll do it and then I kind of step back and decide if I like it or not. It is never like a one and done process. That's how Christmas has been. I started decorating and it takes time and time and time. And I still plan on adding some tinsel to my tree. I'm waiting for that to come in. But that's what I love about the Christmas, is to be able to just play around with it. Since I started a little late this year, it hasn't yet gotten on my nerves, so I'm excited to actually repeat it next year, but add the tinsel earlier and some other things like that. Now, this is probably 2 days later, and I need to clean up this room. Emma has been cutting with her little safety scissors, and it has been amazing. If you have a kid that just works really well on focusing on things, um, and they like sensory type of things, they get really lost in like Play-Doh and coloring and drawing and things like that. Cutting paper has been awesome. And yes, it makes a mess, but I do not care because she gets so in the zone. She will sit here for the longest time and cut. And then we'll have her cut along the lines and everything like that. It is incredible. My sister is trained and highly educated when it comes to child education and for all ages. And she did work with early education for a while, so she knows a lot about developmental type things with children. And she was blown away. She's been staying the weekend with us the past couple of weeks. It's been awesome, very healing to our souls. And she was like, "Girl, I cannot believe her vocabulary." And then she's like, "And I cannot believe this girl can cut the way she is." She used to have a kindergarten class. She's like, "We would have kindergartners come in and not even know how to hold scissors." Well, there is nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that at all, so hear me out. But she was just saying, she's like, Emma has just, her focus and her precision is really, really advanced. So that makes me happy. I've been working with Emma with her letters and her numbers since she was about 8 months old. And I always allow her to dig right on in with whatever I'm doing. So that has been a huge benefit. So, and I really just feel like girls are often very advanced, a little more advanced than boys at times. I've had both, and that's my own personal experience. Like I had mentioned at the beginning of this video, I am decluttering a lot of things as well. So I'm going through her little art box here where I have her colors and markers, pencils, paints, and everything. This is where I keep everything together. I'm getting rid of things that we no longer need. I know I got her some extra little things for Christmas. So I am purging a lot out of here because I want to make sure I have room for those things. We also have a lot of coloring books. I have a lot of torn out pages and the markers have bled through. So I want to get rid of this and just really have a good, fresh, clean area. So first off, she plays better when it's more organized, and when her new stuff comes, it can go right in here and we can get to playing and it won't be jumbled with a whole bunch of mess. So this table here, I have scrubbed it and I can get the marker off, but it keeps coming up with these little spots. And I have put Clorox bleach on it, not straight bleach, but like the cleaner, and I cannot get these spots out. It looks moldy to me, but I'm thinking like, how could that even be if I have used bleach on it? So has that ever happened to you with these little art tables? I'm gonna have to get rid of it. I'm going to be getting a coffee table in here once we figure out the placement. I'm trying to decide if we are going to get another couch like you see there on the right. I know I'm going to be getting rid of the one on the left just because it is so stained and it is so hard to keep clean, even though it is a slip cover and it is the easiest slip cover to take on and off. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm just being honest. So I'm going to sell it for what I bought it for. No biggie. And we are not sure if we're going to get another one of these couches to the right, if we're going to get a sectional. I have absolutely loved this couch, to be honest. We've had it for a while now. Every person that comes in and sits on it is blown away about how comfortable it is. My sister has slept on it. She loves it. She loves it so much. It is about 84 inches, I think it is. So for Chris to be able to lay on it, it needs to be a little bit longer. So we were going to add another piece, which is awesome with modular. You can add additional pieces or make it into a sectional. But one of the biggest dilemmas that we are having right now, and listen, you don't know until you experience it. So, but the dogs, when they go outside and play and they come back in, they have little stickers on their fur. And so when they get on the couch, even though, and I kid you not, all until this very week, so I've had this couch for a long time, all until this very week, I have kept pillows on the couches so to deter the dogs to get off. Whenever they got on, I would absolutely get them off immediately. I had all of the family members get them off immediately, and they are not getting it. As soon as we go to bed at night, they hop right back on here. I even got them an extra bed. So that's a little dilemma, you know. We can deal with it for a while, but I just think that on a go forward basis, leather is probably a better choice for us. But if I can get the accompanying pieces to this and make a sectional, I absolutely will. Because again, I already have this piece and I really do love this couch. So if you're looking for a really nice neutral couch, which actually they came out with two different colors, one a little bit darker and then like a beige, and you can control the softness or on it. It is absolutely worth it. It is very, very well made. It is so incredibly comfortable. It's versatile. So I do still highly recommend it. It's so easy to put together. So I think it's an awesome, awesome couch. That is Isabella when she was 3 years old. That was Easter. I cannot believe that was 20 years ago. It went by way faster than I could have even wrapped my mind around. It's like I remember my whole life before having children. I remember laying there expecting her and rubbing my belly. It's just, it really does go by so, so fast. So I know times can be extremely hard, especially now if life is busy and there's just so much going on. But if there is any way that you can just take some time and savor where you're at today, even if it's really hard, savor it because trust me, in a blink of an eye, it will be gone. I know it's so cliche, but someone who has a 22-year-old, let me just tell you, it goes by way too fast.
So I'm going to give you an overview of the garage. This is going to be validation of everything I have said on my channel and what other people say as well. Just because you have to declutter frequently doesn't mean you're bringing a ton of stuff in. I have brought and bought 0 items. 0 items. You remember what my garage looked like a couple videos ago? Completely cleaned out and beautiful. I'm going to give you an overview of what it looks like now. Sheer chaos. This is from 0 purchased items. 0. But this is from items that have been away that we pulled out and we brought down. This is just all the items from the attic. This is all the Christmas things. Everything is Christmas. I don't bring it down and then put it back up. I leave it in the garage. Excuse me. One thing I'm doing is evaluating everything that I don't use this year so it can be donated. I really felt it in my spirit to explain this because when I post videos about my decluttering process and it's how, quit buying, you know, and a lot of harsh criticism, it can get very discouraging because there is no buying, there is no outside stuff coming in. Obviously, you go through life and you're going to purchase things from here and from time to time. Sometimes you're going to get things given to you, but sometimes you just have things out of you, and then when it's time to do a deep declutter, you bring it out and it can be really surprising. It's in the same sense when you're moving and you start to pack everything. At first it feels okay, but you remember at the very final stages of moving and you look around like, where did all this stuff come from? Because it was in a box, in a cabinet, in a drawer, in an attic, in a closet. So this is a very good understanding of how it gets so overwhelming so quickly. You guys saw how perfectly tidy in this area was. This is the stuff from the Christmas lights. We're still kind of tweaking it on the back side. This is the stuff of Christmas wrapping, but all of this is still all really, really organized. All of this is still really organized. Obviously some laundry. I brought some pillows from the living room in here because too many pillows gets a little chaotic. So only thing that's new out here are the boxes that have to be flattened from you know, things that have come in. And this is a mirror that a sponsor sent me that will be going into the downstairs bathroom when I redo that in January. So those are it. Everything else has been here lurking in the shadows, and this is what it looks like when it is all dumped in our face. It is so hot in here right now. But I just wanted to share that because I know we can look at these videos and be really, really critical, but you don't have to always watch things with a critical eye. You can look at it with a very understanding and gracious sense of perspective and think, you know, we're all there. I don't know many people who have moved and it's been a completely beautiful, seamless process. You're always at a point when you're moving where you're like, where did all this stuff come from? And that is the same thing with decluttering. I have a ton of laundry to do. These are 1, 2, 3, 4 baskets are clean that need to be done. This is dirty. I'm doing reds and pinks right now. I don't know if that's how you guys do your laundry. I separate light colors and whites, darks, and then reds, pinks, oranges all together, just because we have so much stuff. But I've already got a bin there that you've seen me put stuff in. I've already started accumulating stuff because I don't know what happened, but some clothes started getting kind of smelly. I've tried different detergents, it's still smelly. I've done sanitizers, it's still smelly. So I've got multiple things in there that I'm just throwing. It's really good to have a bin, a box, a bag that you can throw things into that you don't have to be very mindful about. It's like, okay, this doesn't work anymore, throw it in the bag. Don't put it in the closet, throw it in the bag. And so I have a box there for that. As I have put out all of my Christmas stuff and kind of with the same line of fall, I haven't felt the desire to fill every nook and cranny with Christmas. I don't think I need to do that for me. So a lot of this stuff is going to be donated to family members. So that's what I'm going to do. I have so many wreaths, and I have been so thankful and really thankful for the opportunity that brands allow me to have some of their items, but I want to bless somebody else with those items. I have, like I said, so many wreaths, so much Christmas stuff. I just have things that I think could really be a blessing to someone else, and I'm going to let those things go. So the way my house is decorated right now for Christmas is pretty simplified, but I like it. I really like it. Well, like 7 years ago when I lived at the house, like 2 houses ago, where I started this journey, I had every nook and cranny. I had the top of the cabinets done. I had the top of the entertainment center done. I had my bedroom done, the boys' bedroom done, every bathroom done. And I think that is amazing. I love seeing homes like that. I love it. I watch home tours frequently. I love it. But I just realized I can't manage all of that right now. Maybe one day, I don't know. I give myself freedom to change. But right now, I can't handle that. It's too much for me. So what I have now is just, I feel like the sweet spot. So with such a plethora of stuff that isn't gonna be used, it's time to really break it down and figure it out. It's time to get rid of it all. Get rid of it all.
I still need to do a total overhaul in the kitchen with deep cleaning. I want to scrub down the sink. I need to do so much, get on top of the cabinets and scrub them, wipe everything down, but today wasn't the day for that. I'm actually thinking I'm going to do that later this week, and I will post that probably after Christmas. I am trying to get all of my videos done so I can just relax and not have to worry about filming too much. So, like I said, that'll be after Christmas. And then at the beginning of the year, I am so excited about a lot of really good content coming out. So, I look forward to sharing that with you. I'm actually going to go ahead and start filming it now because I am ready to go and start with the process, but it won't be out until January. So, I am looking forward to it, you guys. I cannot wait. There's going to be a lot of shifts, a lot of shifts. I am pumped. I love new beginnings. I love Mondays. I know a lot of people don't love Mondays, but for me, Monday is like a fresh start, a new beginning, and I love them. I love first of the year. I love the beginning of the school year. I love all of that. I get so excited about life. I like to get a little planner. I like to get all my little pens. I am ready to go. It's like the first day of school for me when it comes to like fresh beginnings and Mondays and New Year. So I'm already pumped. I am already starting and I am excited to share so much with you. I really, in my soul, feel like 2025 is going to be an incredible year. I have set some goals for myself and I'm just really excited. I feel like I'm on the brink of something. I can't really explain it. But something in my spirit makes me feel like I am on the brink of something. Something amazing is about to happen. So I hope you guys feel that too. And if you don't, I want to encourage you to sit down, journal everything that's in your mind, and try to get that excitement as well. Because whether we're ready or not, it's coming. So you might as well get ready. You might as well get enthusiastic and make the best out of it. So I'm pumped. I'm ready. I'm ready to get my planner out. I'm ready to get my journal out. And I am ready to get all my pretty pens and just get motivated and see amazing things happen. Remember, dreams don't work unless you do. My friend Tiffany on here told me that, and it just was like, yes, that is so, so true. So if you've got big plans or goals for yourself, write it down, put it in motion, get it on that paper, and make it happen. So when I got done doing this entire downstairs, I went to clean out the canister, the reservoir where the vacuum puts all of the dirty water that it put on the floor and then sucks up all the dirt. You know, it's the little dirty water compartment, I guess you could say. And it was bone dry. It had a ton of hair and debris and all the stuff that was on the floor because I can see when I'm moving it around, it's sucking it all up, but it was bone dry. So I don't know what is going on with this thing. Honestly, I wish I still had my other one that I purchased, the Roborock one. I wish I still had it. But that's okay. That is okay. You know, I didn't know. And hopefully I can fix it. We shall see. So, because it really does come in handy. But I want to thank you all so much for watching today's video. I appreciate you more than you ever know. And I know that time is your most precious commodity. And when you spend it with me, it is so greatly appreciated. I hope that you guys have a wonderful holiday season. I should see you a little bit before Christmas, and then we've got a lot of fun things coming up. If you're new here, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button for more videos and like this video. Please don't ever forget that you are loved. And if you haven't heard it today, I love you. And I hope that you have an amazing, amazing day. I'll talk to you soon. Love y'all. Bye.